Alright, Lanta, so the mid-month banner for the month of February has been announced, and to no one's surprise, it is going to be a Valentine summons, in this case featuring Yachiru and also RUKIA. This seems to be two remakes of the original Valentine's units that came out like 10 years ago at this point, which is insane to say because I was here when these characters were introduced for the very first time. Now, I have the opinion that when Caleb remake past banners like this, for example, I do like a new design being thrown in there so you can spice it up a little bit. This being a mid-month and only being 2 characters means that there is technically no new design, technically. It's characters that we've seen in the past, this time just new artwork and hopefully better visuals, right? Although they are Valentine's characters for mid-month, so I'm not expecting anything super crazy. But RUKIA fans have been eating. Another new RUKIA is absolutely crazy. Excited to see how she is going to play in-game. And then we are also getting another Yachiru. Now, one thing you will notice with these 2 characters is that they are seasonal characters, but they aren't Blood War seasonals. So they're not going to be as common as premium characters, but they aren't going to be as rare as Blood War characters, for example. They're going to be similar to Rin and Yuichika that came out this time last year. It looks like Caleb finally realized they should be doing female characters for Valentine's. I still can't believe last year they gave us this banner. Either way though, let's see what we have going on here. So RUKIA is going to be a melee normal attack damage character. And that's unfortunate because if we scroll down real quick, she's a heart character. For some reason, and it's fine because she's a mid-month character, right? But since the 10th anniversary has started, one, we haven't had a premium banner since then, which is kind of crazy, right? Surely at this point, next month has to be our first premium banner in like 8 months post 10th anniversary. But since the 10th anniversary, every Hearts character we have gotten has been a normal attack damage character. We've not gotten a single Heart strong attack damage character, like a really good one, in over a year at this point. Absolutely crazy. And RUKIA right now could have been that, because she is Heart, but she is another normal attack damage character. Again, not that big of a deal. She's a mid-month unit, right? The best these characters can ask for is just to be somewhat fun and just be good for the most part. Hopefully this upcoming end of month can still give us that, you know, Heart SP character. But RUKIA is a mini normal attack damage character. Her SA2 is a heal, SA3 is a barrier and also major heal. So no boost effect, which isn't a good sign for how useful this character might be in Guild Quest, for example. She is a melee no affiliation killer plus unit, so Macy does exist as, I guess, the go-to team booster in the context of Guild Quest. So maybe RUKIA can just slide in with that team alongside Yoruichi. Although right now, I just don't think you need this character. Because again, Yoruichi is a really good unit, one of the best characters released last year. You're better off just boosting her damage output than maybe bring a normal attack damage character. Especially if you do have Macy. So not really seeing much usage for this character, but she does have a good soul trait. Her EX skill is multi-barrier and also EX bruiser. She does have 2 enemies defeated bonus, and I guess that's going to be the thing she has going for her, where she is given 20% strong attack damage and 20% normal attack damage. Plus another team boost effect. By just having this character in the team, you are getting 20% more damage to any enemy that is inflicted by a status element. So pretty decent buffs there, but with no team boost effect, I just don't see how useful this is going to be. Although I guess to be fair, her Heart attribute is going to be good for the fact that she'll never have attribute disadvantage. There will be occasional times where like Yoruichi, Macy for example, will have disadvantage. Maybe that's where RUKIA can come in. Does she have Flurry 3? So no Flurry plus 3, unfortunately. But we do have Flurry plus 2. We have the increased Thousand chance. We also have the 80% Bruiser. Is it okay character? I'm not seeing anything super crazy here. What status elements can we inflict, by the way? Let me just scroll up. Weaken plus. So I guess she does have that going for her. Where if she does apply the weakening, your entire team now does 50% more damage. So maybe she's not a bad character to use alongside Yoruichi and also Macy. But I don't know. I think we're still probably better off just bringing a support character. So right now, quite a mid character, technically, right? I think she has a usage. If you're in need of a normal attack damage character for this Guild Quest phase, you can use her. But Macy is better. But Macy is also a Burn the Witch unit. A character that you're not always going to be able to summon, right? But Flurry plus 3 is also kind of the norm. I mean, every now and then we do get characters like this with Flurry plus 2. I don't think it's that big of a deal compared to, you know, Odu and also Shunsui getting Frenzy 2 versus Frenzy 3 units. But, you know, again, Macy exists and Flurry 3 has been the norm. But I think the biggest thing here is the lack of a team boost effect. So even though she does have these bonus effects for the team, the normal attack damage, the strong attack damage, the extra 20% through the team party buff, it's just not really going to amount to anything, is it? So, kind of a mid character, definitely easy skip. Next up, we have Yachiru. So, range, strong attack character. Strong attack 2 is a heal. All attacks, except her SA2, because it is a heal, can inflict lacerate plus. And then she is a farming character. So, it's been a minute since we've seen one of those. Soul trait is power link shot potion plus 5, power droplet drop rate plus 17%. EX skill is EX power droplets plus 10. Skill plus 10 at links or potions, more droplets, and then you also have all the team effects that you would kind of want to see. So we have strong attack damage at 20%, 30% special move damage, and then an extra 30% to any speed character at damaging an enemy that is inflicted by a status omen. I think that's a first, right? In recent times to get a boost like that for specifically speed characters. And Yachiru is a speed or rank killer, and then the damage output, friendly plus 2, 80% SP boost is actually lacking a increased Starsman chance, but that's kind of like whatever. When it's a farming unit, so she's just there to farm. Farming content's easy. She could have friendly plus 1 and she would still have the same amount of value, right? You really only care about the farming aspect of this character, the plus 10 potions, the plus 30 droplets, the extra 10 droplets guaranteed, assuming you have the character max through the EX skill, and then you have the extra 5 potions, the extra droplets through the soul trait. So yeah, overall a good farmer, but at the same time she's a farming character, so it's not really much going on with her. Now the banner itself could be better, but it does have some decent characters here. I think the standout is the fact that it is a crown step up summon, with the fact that you are guaranteed one of them on step 10, 6% rate with only these characters here. So 9 characters in total. So what that does mean is that rates for these individual characters are a little bit higher than usual at 0.667 instead of the usual 0.5%. What this means, even though it's a 2-character banner, when you get a 5-star, likely it could be the new character, and it also means it's a 2 in 9 chance of getting a character, one of the 2 new ones, on a, guaranteed step, which again happens every 3 multis until step 10. Should go without saying, this is going to be a very easy skip before we even check out the gameplay. It's a 2-character banner, it's a mid-month, it should be a cooldown period, star saving for end of month. The characters themselves are not naturally exciting unless you are big fans of RUKIA or Yachiru, and then even meta standpoint, Yachiru you can go without, you don't need farming characters in 2026, and then RUKIA is just okay. Better characters exist for what she wants to do, and you probably don't even need her for guild quests. Alright then, so first up, let's have a look at RUKIA. I do like her artwork. Of course, we do have a chappy, a chocolate chappy, but real quick, before we start.
RUKIA is a heart attribute character.
Who's this? Is Oliver gone? Say it ain't so, okay, lad. I best see Oliver for the end of month banner. What's going on? What's going on? Shout out to the new guy. But where's my go, Oliver? So SA2 is a heal. SA3 is another heal. The barrier does have chappies going around, which looks kind of cool. And what we're going to see with this character's gameplay is just, the standard Valentine stuff. We're going to see chocolate, we're going to see presents, we're going to see more chocolate, we're going to see chappies covered in chocolate, wrapping up the present with the SA1. She's alright. She's alright. There's not really much to say with this character's gameplay. She's a normal attack damage character. Her strong attacks really don't matter all that much. But yeah, I just think the biggest problem with this unit is the fact that she doesn't have a team boost SA2, or 1, or 3. Could have easily thrown that in there. I don't think we need 2 healers. I think that's a bit greedy. No one's taking that much damage, right? If she had an SA2, she would have been honestly perfectly fine. But because of this, if you are using her in guild quests with, let's say, Yoruichi, which funny enough they aren't pairing her with. They're pairing her with Shinji and also... What's his name? I forgot his name. Oetsu? You're not getting a team booster, so you need to throw another character in the team to make it work. I guess she will have decent synergy with Oetsu, because Macy, as good as she is, constantly inflicts lacerate, and that actually can hurt Oetsu. But I don't think that's a reason to use it. I would still probably use Macy over this RUKIA, even if I was using Oetsu as a main. So yeah, everyone just groups them together. Seems to be her putting in all the chocolate chappies.
This attack deals damage.
SA2 is a lunge. More chocolate chappies.
Here's the third.
And the SA3 is a full screen. More chocolate chappies.
Damage around the character.
Okay.
It also provides barriers and heals.
Let's see the soul bomb.
Her special move.
Colossal
chocolate chappy.
Chocolate chappy. Okay. It's kind of cute. It's kind of cute. It gives me vibes of Byakuya making the seaweed ambassador sandcastle. Look how happy she is. That's cool. It's basic, but it's cute for what it is. It's cute for what it is. So that's RUKIA. She's a character. And next up we have Yachiru. So, a remake of her first ever character in game. She was actually pretty decent back when she came out for the first time. If I recall correctly, she was like a normal attack damage character that was like pretty decent for the dodge aspects. The SA3 is kind of cool. I like that a bit more than Rukia's. I always like when a character flies across the screen. But this is one of those characters that she had a seasonal. This was her first ever character in game. First 5-star. Before she even had a canon character. So yeah, I'm sure she's going to be a good farming character, but you just don't need those with the achievement system, right? I mean, I'm sure there's some people out there that farm in single player content, because you can do that. If you have like a team of 3, you can make a really good efficient farm team. But yeah, I don't think you need to. I don't think you need to. So let me actually pay attention to the strong attacks we have here, because she is a strong attack damage character, so they kind of do matter. I can't remember if she has Havoc. Again, it doesn't matter, but I assume she does.
Attribute character strong attack damage plus 20%.
So SA1 is probably a beam up forwards.
Attribute character special move damage plus
SA2 seems to be an area around her. Doesn't seem to be in front of her, so that's not really that good. But we're not going to be too picky with this character strong attacks here, given the character. But I do actually like that SA3. I'm a fan of that. So taking a closer look. Throwing out chocolate. Can I see the final hit? What is that? Pandas? Another Chappy 2? Okay.
Now for the strong attacks.
Strong attack 1. Again, SA1 should be a beam forwards. Straight ahead.
Here's the second strong attack.
SA2, again, eating chocolate. I do think I prefer Yachiru's animations over Rukia's.
Here's the third strong attack.
And then, yeah, pretty decent SA3. I wonder if we're going to see that in the Soulbomb too, where she's riding around on chocolate.
Finally,
let's find out. Tons of treats.
Tons of treats.
Okay. I think I prefer this character's visuals, but I prefer Rukia's Soulbomb. It's just her. Is this? Where's Kenpachi at? We need a Valentine's Kenpachi. No, it was a White Day Kenpachi, wasn't it? This feels more like a Christmas Soulbomb than it does Valentine's, but I guess you just recreate the Soulbomb. What do we have going on here? What is that? Rice? What is this supposed to be in the middle? Is this? Surely that's not rice. Popcorn for Valentine's? Is that what people are doing?
That wraps it up for Yachiru.
Who gave it that? So yeah, overall, a very easy skip. Rukia doesn't seem that good of a character. Yachiru is just a farming character. It's a 2-character banner, even though the rates aren't that bad for, you know, mid-month standards and also 2-character banner. It could have been worse with more fillers in the banner. I don't dislike that Rin and Yumachika are returning because they, again, are Valentine's character. It makes sense them being here, but yeah, just a pretty easy skip. Not really that exciting of a banner from a meta standpoint and also character visual standpoint too, which is very basic. Valentine's remakes, it is what it is. Good time to start saving up for the next banner, which will be getting announced not too far because, you know, it's only 28 days in the month of February. This banner is only here for less than 2 weeks' time before we do get our end-of-month banner announcement, which hopefully should be a bit more exciting as it's likely now a 1,000-year Blood Bowl banner, but it also could be another seasonal banner. At this point, we're pretty much just waiting for our next premium banner, right? And we just didn't get it just yet. Let me know what you'd like to think about these characters, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care and peace.